the President of Caritas Africa, Secretary General of Caritas Rwanda, other distinguished church guests, Director of LODA, Ministry of Social Affairs, the Permanent Secretary for MINIMA, distinguished partners, representatives, and colleagues. It's a pleasure today to join you in this momentous occasion to look back at the last 5 years of achievements that Caritas has made in relation to its strategy. And it's not just the last 5 years. This is a commitment, as Prosper mentioned, since 1959. So we're talking about decades of commitment that Caritas has had to the recovery and development in the country of Rwanda. One thing that I think stands out to me, and we see it here on the backdrop, partnership. The reason we're all gathered here together is because Caritas values partnership across diverse types of partners, whether it be government, public sector, international, national civil society actors, church, other confessions. So that's very evident in just the representation here today. And Caritas searches for solidarity. That's the other word I see here. Solidarity in its mission, complementarity to leverage the strengths of all of us in support of each institution for the common goal of integral human development. So our partnership, Catholic Relief Services, our partnership with Caritas dates back to 1960. So we talked about Caritas, its inception in 1959. We have been witness to and able to contribute and seen that vision and development of Caritas throughout the years with our historical commitment to that partnership as a sister agency. Catholic Relief Services is essentially Caritas. We are the same family. We are the Caritas of the United States. So what's the uniqueness? What does Caritas bring to the table that's unique about it, that's distinct about it when we look at other civil society actors? I think we mentioned it today. It's Caritas's mission, and I would say the church's mission, which is also ours, to serve the most vulnerable and leave no one behind. And I think that's particularly relevant as priorities shift, resources become scarce in supporting systems change, but development systems, even changes at the high level, doesn't necessarily lead to the improvement and well-being of the most vulnerable in society. And I think that's something Caritas brings to the table, really a focus on those who are struggling the most. The other thing that I think is unique about Caritas is that it leverages a vast network across the country, from the archdiocese level to the diocese level to local parishes, with the ability to mobilize and support the population down to the lowest level, the village level, in order to effectuate change. So we talked about partnerships, we talked about what makes Caritas unique, and I think the other thing is Caritas is a strong example of localization. We hear a lot about that from donor governments, from bilateral collaborations. What is localization? Well, essentially localization is local leadership taking things forward and creating sustainability. And too much talk happens around localization, but really in terms of seeing results, I think Caritas is a strong result of that, with an ability to deliver on high-quality implementation with strong operations and management systems. Caritas demonstrates this through the quality of its activities and the testimony. We heard it earlier, the testimony of participant households and adherence to those strong policies and procedures. And localization is about sustainability. I think something that I've witnessed, that I've seen during my short time in Rwanda, but looking at the last decade or so, is the steady increase in mobilization of internal and external resources. Caritas is a direct recipient of donor funding here in Rwanda. CRS, at times, is subrecipient to Caritas, and that is a testament to the relationship we have with Caritas and to the strength of those systems. So lastly, CRS has had the pleasure to participate and witness this growth in Rwanda since 1959. We're very excited as a long-term partner to see what the next 5 years hold as part of Caritas' new 5-year strategic plan, and we look forward to continued partnership and impact founded on common values, partnership principles, and a common mission to promote human dignity. So I invite all of us in the room to renew this partnership and strengthen ties so that localization, for the sake of realizing the goals of the National Strategy for Transformation 2, can be fully achieved together. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Fly, for that insightful speech, which